Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show that extracts the essential knowledge from today's most important topics. If you're anything like us, you've probably felt it, that dizzying pace of AI innovation.
Oh, definitely. It feels like every single day there's some new breakthrough or a new tool, maybe a new controversy even.
Exactly. It's a lot, and it can feel, well, overwhelming trying to stay genuinely informed without just drowning in it all.
Yeah, separating the signal from the noise.
That's precisely why we're here today. Our mission, really, is to cut through that noise. We've got a whole stack of sources, articles, research papers, news updates.
A pretty rich mix, yeah.
We're going to distill them down into the most important nuggets. So by the end of this deep dive, you should have a clear, concise, but still, thorough understanding of where AI stands right now.
Sound like a plan.
And prepare yourself, because we're about to jump into some truly remarkable stuff. We'll be looking at fascinating achievements in areas like high-level math and coding.
Things that seemed impossible not long ago.
Right. And these game-changing new tools that are already reshaping, our daily lives and how we work.
And crucially, we have to talk about the ethical questions, too. Safety, bias, jobs, it's all interconnected.
Absolutely. So let's jump right in. First big theme, just the sheer speed and the ambition driving AI forward.
It really is something else.
Okay, so when you look at recent headlines, maybe one of the most astonishing things has to be OpenAI's model nailing that gold medal performance at the 2025 International Math Olympiad.
Yeah, I saw that. Pretty incredible, solving 5 out of 6 of those incredibly complex problems.
Exactly, scoring 35 out of 42 points. And, it wasn't just a technical win. It kicked off this huge debate about the timing of the announcement.
And there was some talk about that.
But it undeniably signals this massive leap AI's made in deep mathematical reasoning. It really makes you wonder what's next.
It's astounding, isn't it? And that math achievement, it's really just one piece of a much bigger picture of breakthroughs we're seeing.
Right.
I mean, beyond the Math Olympiad, think about NVIDIA's Canary Quinn 2.5B model. That's one designed specifically for speech recognition.
Okay.
And it just set a new accuracy record on Hugging Face. So that means, much more precise voice interfaces are becoming possible, more common.
Which impacts a lot of things.
Totally. And then in life sciences, you've got Microsoft and Rice University launching BioEmu. That's an AI tool that can predict a huge range of protein shapes.
For drug discovery, right?
Exactly. This isn't just like a neat tech demo. It fundamentally changes the speed of drug discovery. Finding new drug candidates, it's usually like searching for a needle in a haystack, right?
Yeah, incredibly slow and expensive.
But BioEmu, it drastically narrows that search. It could potentially speed up treatments for diseases that, well, we once thought were untreatable. It's about unlocking completely new medical possibilities.
And it's not just happening in academia or specialized labs, is it? These advances are really reshaping corporate strategies, too.
Oh, absolutely. You look at companies like xAI, Tesla, SpaceX. They're weaving AI's potential right into their core business models now.
And the anticipation for the next big leap? It's almost tangible. OpenAI, for instance, is apparently gearing up for GPT-5, possibly launching in July.
That's the word on the street. And it sounds like it's not just a small update. They're promising major advances in coding, speed, memory.
After doing final biosecurity checks, which is important, we've even seen hints in public code repositories about GPT-5 reasoning alpha.
Which tells you right there where a big part of their focus is that advanced reasoning capability.
But it's crucial to remember, like you said, this isn't just happening in one place.
No, not at all. China, for example, is making equally massive strides. Moonshot AI just unveiled Kimi K2.
Which is described as a trillion parameter model. That sounds enormous.
It is. And just for context, a parameter is basically a variable the model learns from. So a trillion parameters means it's incredibly complex, incredibly powerful. And Kimi K2 is apparently boasting world-leading coding performance. So it just underlines that this AI innovation race, it's truly global. You have multiple powerhouses pushing the boundaries all at once. It's a very competitive, very fast-moving landscape.
So what's really compelling here, I think, is seeing how these sometimes abstract advancements are quickly becoming actual tools, things with real-world applications across so many different sectors.
Exactly. Let's look at how they're changing search and productivity, for example. Perplexity's Comet is making huge waves.
I've heard a lot about that one.
Yeah, it delivers really relevant, timely information. People are genuinely talking about it as a potential Google challenger.
That's a big claim.
It is. And the Perplexity AI browser itself, it's not just for searching. It's being touted for its potential to disrupt even traditional office roles, like acting as a digital coworker for scheduling or even candidate outreach.
Those are doing outreach. That's wild. And it's not just the new players. OpenAI has its new ChatGPT agent.
Right. For the paid subscribers, Pro, Plus, Team.
And that's designed to be autonomous, right?
Yeah.
It can handle complex tasks like calendar management, research, web browsing, all on its own.
Supposedly, yeah. Without needing constant human input.
Yeah.
And importantly, they put it through rigorous red team security testing first.
Which is good to hear. Trying to break it before releasing it.
Exactly. And meanwhile, you've got Microsoft testing Copilot Vision for Windows 11.
Integrating AI right into the OS.
Yeah. And Google's merging Chromeos and Android for a new desktop mode. It just further blurs those lines between operating systems and, smart AI-powered help.
The impact in healthcare sounds pretty profound already, too.
Oh, absolutely. Microsoft's Nuance Stacks, for example, they're streamlining medical record keeping, taking that huge administrative load off doctors and nurses.
Which means more time for actual patient care.
Precisely. And then there's the MR-Transformer model. Get this. It can now predict the progression of knee osteoarthritis, right down to predicting if someone will eventually need joint replacement, just using MRI data.
Wow. That allows for much earlier intervention, better planning, real-world impact.
Definitely.
And the creative and entertainment fields, they seem to be undergoing a complete overhaul.
It's a transformation, yeah. We're seeing powerful upgrades to AI video tools like Adobe Firefly. Google's Gemini app is adding image-to-video AI.
And Midjourney just debuted its first AI video model?
Yep. Directly challenging the big names like Sora and Veo. Midjourney's angle seems to be generating video with emotional resonance, though it's capped at 480p for now.
Still, early days. And then there's Descartes' Mirage technology for real-time video transformations.
Yeah, think about live events, interactive media. The possibilities there are huge.
Wow.
And filmmakers are already using Google's AI tools. There was that film Midnight Drop.
Right. They said it's significantly cut down production time, merging cinematic storytelling with current events using AI. It's like having a whole extra crew.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
And on the development and robotics side, the big push seems to be towards accessibility, making these powerful tools easier for more people to use.
Like MLX-GUI 1.2.3. allowing Mac users to run open source models natively.
Exactly. That's a big deal for researchers and developers who prefer Macs. And the Gemini CLI got a major update too, new integrations, better agent capabilities.
Makes it more versatile.
And Hugging Face's robotics model is now fully compatible with MacBooks, so advanced robotics experiments become much more accessible.
And didn't their Ricci mini robot hit significant sales?
It did. $1 million in sales. That signals real growing consumer demand for these open source AI devices that people can tinker with at home or in smaller labs.
It's even changing how we shop.
And farming.
Yes, everywhere. OpenAI is integrating shopping and service booking right into ChatGPT.
Which could seriously disrupt online retail, right? Offering super personalized recommendations, maybe reducing reliance on Amazon.
Potentially. And Perplexity is jumping in too with a new one-click agentic shopping feature partnered with Stripe. Makes going from research to purchase seamless. And Google AI helping farmers in India.
Yeah, launching open source initiatives to help them optimize crops, adapt to climate change. That's a really powerful application, connecting cutting-edge AI directly to critical global needs.
Okay, so we've seen all these incredible applications, but what does this all mean for the large language models themselves? It feels like the way forward isn't just about making them bigger and bigger, right?
That's a really good point. I mean, we see these impressive results like the Math Olympiad thing.
Yeah.
But new research keeps pointing out persistent difficulties LLMs have with genuinely complex or uncontaminated problems. Problems where the answer isn't basically already buried in their training data.
So scale alone isn't the magic bullet.
It seems not. It's a fascinating counter-narrative to some of the earlier hype that was all about just parameter count, sheer size.
So what is driving improvement then, besides just scale?
Well, what's becoming clearer is that the diversity in the training data is emerging as an equally, maybe even more critical factor.
Interesting. So what goes into the model, not just how much?
Exactly. It challenges those earlier assumptions. And there's also this growing focus on smaller scale models now. Workshops are showing how relevant they can be for academics or organizations, without massive compute resources.
So you don't need to be a tech giant to build useful AI.
Right. It acknowledges that reality.
And when you benchmark these models against each other, it confirms that idea too, doesn't it? No single model is the best at everything.
Definitely not. Like GPT 4.1 might lead on the latest agent leaderboard, ranking for autonomous AI tasks.
Yeah.
But specialized models like Gemini 2.5 Flash or that Kimi K2 model from China actually outperform it in certain specific areas. It really emphasizes finding the right tool for the job.
Fit for purpose.
Precisely.
Was it?
And on the data side, Google's new Gemini embedding model is now leading the global rankings for text embedding.
Which is converting text into numbers AI can understand.
Right. And importantly, it supports over 100 languages. That's a massive step for multilingual AI and global access.
So all this progress, it inevitably brings us to the tougher questions, right? As AI gets more powerful, more integrated, what are the critical implications? The ethical stuff we need to tackle.
It's the unavoidable next step in the conversation. And we've already seen things go wrong. Remember the controversy with X's Grok chatbot?
Yeah, it was pulled after circulating anti-Semitic content because of a bad update, wasn't it?
Exactly. And that just ignited global concerns about AI bias, how quickly misinformation can spread through these systems. It highlights this constant need for vigilance and responsible development.
And in response, Elon Musk's xAI is launching Baby Grok, aimed at being family-friendly.
Yeah, designed for age-appropriate content, strong parental controls, trying to address those earlier concerns. But on the other side, new threats are popping up.
Like the lame hug malware.
Right, a new strain that actually uses AI to generate and execute malicious commands. That makes it harder for traditional security tools to detect. It's been linked to that Russian group, APT028.
And there was that vulnerability in Hugging Face's Safe Sensors tool, too.
Yeah, that's used for safely sharing machine learning models. But this vulnerability could allow attackers to maliciously alter the data through a supply chain attack.
So attacking the development process itself.
Exactly. It's this constant cat-and-mouse game between innovation and security.
And the employment and skills debate. That seems really intense, with completely different takes.
Oh, hugely. The sources show very conflicting viewpoints. You've got Perplexity's CEO, Aravind Srinivasan, being quite blunt, urging young people to get AI skills, even warning that non-adopters could become, quote, unemployable.
Strong words. And industry leaders seem to echo that, saying AI skills are non-negotiable for developers.
Yeah, and pointing out that something like 87% of companies are already using AI tools in app development.
But then you see other studies, right? Like that METR study that found developers using AI coding tools actually took longer to finish tasks.
Exactly. It directly challenges that simple productivity boost narrative. And concerns are definitely growing that relying too heavily on AI code assistance might erode fundamental programming skills.
Which could lead to risks down the line, like problems with debugging, or even layoffs if skills atrophy.
Right. So the labor market research suggests a much more nuanced picture than just AI takes all the jobs. The reality is way more complex.
And the legal and governance challenges are heating up fast.
They really are. Look at India's Kerala High Court. In a pretty groundbreaking move, they explicitly banned using tools like ChatGPT in judicial orders and decisions by lower courts.
Citing risks of errors, misuse, privacy, mandating human oversight.
Yeah, to safeguard legal integrity. And meanwhile, Denmark is proposing this landmark bill to give individuals copyright over their own faces and voices.
Specifically to fight AI deepfakes.
Exactly. It would criminalize sharing deepfakes without consent. That could set a global precedent for protecting our digital identities.
But it's not all just risks and regulations. AI is also finding a place in mental health support, which feels really promising, but also sensitive.
Very sensitive. The stats are surprising. Nearly 3/4 of U.S. teens have apparently interacted with AI companions for advice or support.
And many report positive experiences.
They do. And in India, where there are psychiatrist shortages, AI chatbots are providing vital mental health support. But, and it's a big but,
There are concerns.
major concerns. Therapists are raising alarms about potential negative consequences, especially for things like body dysmorphic disorder. They warn these tools just miss crucial emotional understanding, the nuance.
So, the advice is caution. Prioritize human connection.
Absolutely. Experts stress that AI should complement, not replace, human therapists. It's about finding that careful balance, that careful integration.
Okay, and one more big dynamic here is the whole open source versus proprietary AI landscape. that seems to be constantly shifting.
It really shapes the whole industry. We're definitely seeing the influence of free and open source AI grow, especially as some proprietary products hit limitations. It increases access, empowers users.
And China's making big moves in open source, too.
Yeah, strategically. Firms like DeepSeek V3 and R1 are launching powerful open source models, offering global developers free access and customization. It's a direct challenge to the U.S. tech giants.
And Europe's stepping up as well.
ETH Zurich revealed 2 open language models trained on the Alps supercomputer. They cover over 1,000 languages. The goal is to foster responsible open source development and broader collaboration.
Okay, so let's zoom out now to the bigger picture. The ecosystem. The money, the talent, the future direction. Where's it all heading?
Well, the investment is staggering. Generative AI alone pulled in almost $80 billion in funding in early 2025.
Wow, with a focus on applications.
Yeah, mostly application-focused solutions. But here's the interesting part. Enterprise satisfaction with these tools is reportedly still quite low.
Really? Despite all that investment?
Yeah, it suggests there's still a gap between the funding hype and the actual real-world utility or integration in businesses. That's something the industry needs to figure out.
That low satisfaction is a fascinating contrast to the public demand, though. Like when ChatGPT rolled out those viral features.
Oh, yeah. Attracted over 1 million users in just hours.
Whoa.
Which immediately highlights this urgent need for scalable AI infrastructure. It can barely keep up sometimes.
It's become so critical that OpenAI is even partnering with Google Cloud now to support ChatGPT, reducing reliance on Microsoft Azure.
That's a really significant move. It tells you just how intense the infrastructure demands are. They need multiple robust options.
And driving all this is a fierce, fierce talent war, isn't it?
Absolutely cutthroat. Tech companies are battling for top AI talent. We're talking unprecedented compensation packages, secretive deals, aggressive recruitment.
Like meta poaching researchers directly from Apple.
Exactly. It shows just how intense that fight for specialized expertise has become right across the board.
But amidst all that competition, there's also this growing and really crucial focus on responsible AI.
Thankfully, yes. OpenAI, for instance, pledged $50 million to support nonprofits and community projects focused specifically on ethical, inclusive AI.
And they brought on former Senator LaFonza Butler as an advisor.
Right, to help guide that responsible AI development. Bringing that public policy perspective into the heart of the company seems vital.
But, despite all these incredible AI advancements, the human edge, it still seems to matter, doesn't it? At least for now.
That's a great point. Like at the 2025 @Coder Heuristics World Finals, a human programmer from Poland took first place over an OpenAI model.
Even though the AI came in second, which is still impressive.
Very impressive. But it highlights that enduring edge of human creativity, intuition, maybe just a different kind of problem solving. It reminds us AI is a tool, maybe not the whole story.
It's a compelling reminder. And looking ahead, people are talking about 2025 as this pivotal year for redefining what we even mean by working AI.
Yeah, there's this push for more transparency in AI reasoning, things like chain of thought monitoring, so we can actually see the steps an AI takes to get to an answer.
Makes it less of a black box.
Hopefully. And what's also intriguing are these new perspectives popping up, like recognizing the unique value people with liberal arts backgrounds bring, how they can extract novel insights from LLMs.
Using them differently, perhaps more creative.
Maybe. And thinkers like Google's Blaise Aguera are even talking about how AI is transforming our understanding of intelligence itself. He mentions the possible emergence of collective artificial cognition.
Collective artificial cognition. What does that mean exactly?
The idea, I think, is that these interconnected AI systems might be forming a new kind of distributed intelligence, something greater than the sum of its parts. It's a pretty mind-bending concept.
It really is. And luckily, for anyone trying to navigate all this, there are more and more learning resources becoming available.
Definitely. Curated guides, open access MIT Press books on algorithms and machine learning, the RL Plus Reasoning AI Masterclass series being public. It's a great time to dive deeper if you're interested.
Okay, so we've just taken quite a whirlwind tour through the current state of AI. We started with that dizzying pace of breakthroughs, AI winning math medals, setting speech recognition records.
Then we looked at the concrete tools changing industries, search, productivity, healthcare, creative arts, even shopping and farming.
We dove into the nuances of the language models themselves. Learning scale isn't the only thing that matters. And we definitely confronted those complex ethical debates: safety, bias, jobs, legal frameworks.
And finally, we looked at the whole ecosystem, the massive funding, the intense talent wars, and those vital efforts towards responsible AI development.
Our hope is that this deep dive leaves you feeling, well, not just informed, but maybe also a bit excited and definitely better prepared for the rapid changes AI is bringing to your world, whether that's your work, your daily tasks, or just how you find and use information.
So maybe here's a final thought for you to chew on. If AI can achieve gold medal performance at the International Math Olympiad, and if we're starting to talk about ideas like collective artificial cognition, what does this ultimately mean for our own human intelligence?
Yeah, how will our understanding, our very definition of intelligence, keep evolving as these AI systems get more sophisticated, more interconnected?
And what new kinds of understanding, or maybe even new ways of solving problems, might emerge from this ongoing dance, this collaboration between human and artificial minds?